There's a reason rich people don't pay off their debt, and it's the exact opposite of what your parents taught you. You grew up hearing that debt is bad, that you should pay off your credit cards, that you should buy your house in cash if you can, that you should never owe anyone anything. That's the rule for normal people, but that's not the rule rich people play by. In fact, the wealthy do the exact opposite. They borrow more money the richer they get. They never pay off the loans they could easily pay off. And somehow, this makes them even more money. Sounds insane? It isn't. By the end of this video, you'll understand why debt is the single most misunderstood tool in finance. You'll know the difference between the kind of debt that destroys regular people and the kind of debt that builds generational wealth. And you'll see, with real numbers, how the rich actually use debt to get richer, while everyone else uses debt to stay broke. Welcome to Xupra Capital. I'm your host, and I spend way too much time thinking about money, how wealth actually moves, and why some people quietly compound while others stay stuck in the same financial patterns for decades. If that's the kind of content you want more of, hit that subscribe button. It's free, it takes 1 second, and it tells YouTube to keep this kind of content in your feed. Now let's get into it. Here's the secret rich people understand that almost nobody else does. There are two completely different kinds of debt. They have the same word attached to them, but they function in opposite directions. One pulls you down, the other lifts you up. Most people only ever experience the first kind, so they think all debt is the same. Bad debt is debt that buys things that lose value over time. A car, a vacation, a TV, a new pair of shoes on a credit card. The thing you bought is worth less every single day, but the debt stays the same. You're paying interest forever on something that's actively dying in your hands. That's the financial equivalent of bleeding from two cuts at once. Good debt is debt that buys things that make money. A rental property, a business, an asset that produces income. With good debt, you're borrowing someone else's money to buy something that pays you back, while you keep your own money working somewhere else. The asset earns more than the debt costs. The difference goes into your pocket. Forever. Same word. Two completely different financial outcomes. The first thing rich people understand is which side of that line they're on, every single time. Now let's get into how they actually use this in real life. Because the theory is one thing, the mechanics are where it gets crazy. Start with the most common move. Rich people borrow at low interest rates to invest at higher returns. This is the entire game. If you can borrow money at 4% and invest it where it grows at 10%, the difference, 6%, is free money. You didn't earn it. You didn't work for it. The spread between the borrow rate and the return rate just deposits into your account, while your original cash sits somewhere else, doing the exact same thing. Wealthy people do this constantly. They take out loans against real estate, against businesses, against investment accounts. They use the borrowed money to buy more income-producing assets. Those assets pay them back, plus more. And because the loan is secured against something they own, the bank gives them the lowest rates available. The richer you are, the cheaper banks let you borrow. The whole system is rigged in their favor. Here's a real example with simple numbers. Imagine you own $1 million property. You borrow $800,000 against it at 5% interest. That costs you $40,000 a year in interest. You use that $800,000 to buy another property that generates $70,000 a year in rental income. Subtract the interest cost. You just made $30,000 of pure profit in a single year, using money that was never yours to begin with. Your original $1 million property is still yours. It's probably still going up in value. And now you have a second property paying you every month. Multiply this move across a lifetime, and you start to understand how wealthy families build empires that last for generations. Now let me show you the second move. This one is even sneakier. It's called borrowing instead of selling. Imagine you own stock that's gone up a lot. If you sell it, you have to pay capital gains tax. 20, 30, 40% gone, depending on where you live. So rich people don't sell. They borrow against the stock instead. Banks will happily loan you money against your investment portfolio. They give you a low interest rate because if you don't pay it back, they just take your stock. So your shares stay invested, still growing. You get cash in your pocket. And here's the kicker. Borrowed money isn't taxed. Income is taxed. Selling is taxed. Borrowing isn't. The wealthy use this strategy to live without ever technically earning income. They borrow against their assets, spend the cash, and let their portfolio keep growing. By the time they die, the entire system resets, and their heirs inherit the assets with massive tax advantages. They never paid the tax, they never sold the asset, and the wealth just keeps compounding through the next generation. This is legal. This is happening right now, and it's the exact opposite of what regular people are told to do with their money. Quick pause, real question. When you heard the phrase good debt, what was the first thing that came to mind? A mortgage, a student loan, a business loan? Drop it in the comments. Let's turn this into a brain trust. Your answer might shift how somebody else thinks about borrowing for the rest of their life. Okay, let's keep moving. Because there's a third move that takes this to another level entirely. Rich people use other people's money to scale faster than they ever could on their own. Think about a business owner. Let's say they have $100,000 in cash. They could open one location with it, or they could put 20% down and borrow the rest, opening 5 locations at the same time. If each location generates $20,000 a year in profit, option 1 makes them $20,000. Option 2 makes them around $50,000 after the interest is paid. Same starting cash, 2.5 times the return. Just because they use debt as a multiplier instead of treating it like a curse. This is how businesses grow. This is how real estate empires get built. This is how the wealthy compound their position year after year, while the average person tries to save their way to freedom and quietly falls behind. Now, before I get into the trap most regular people fall into when they try to copy this, let me share something that ties directly into what we're talking about. If you're going to spend money anyway on things you actually need, the smart move is to get paid for it. The Gemini credit card pays you back in crypto every single time you swipe. Bitcoin, Ethereum, or 50 plus other coins. Gas, groceries, streaming, all of it, automatically converted into assets that can grow over time. No annual fee. And if you use our referral link in the description, Gemini gives you $50 in free crypto after your first purchase. It's the closest thing you'll find to flipping bad debt into good. Spending becomes asset building. In the background while you live your life. Link is below. Now back to the breakdown. Because here's where most regular people go wrong when they hear all this. They get excited, they think, if rich people use debt to get richer, I should do the same. So they take out a personal loan to invest in stocks, or they max out credit cards to start a side hustle, or they borrow money from family to buy crypto, and it all goes sideways. Here's the difference. Rich people only use good debt to buy assets that produce income, and they always have a margin of safety. They don't bet the farm. They don't borrow at 30% on a credit card and pray it works out. They borrow at low rates against things they already own to buy things that generate predictable cash flow. They control the risk. Regular people, when they copy this, skip the safety part. They borrow at high rates. They buy speculative assets. They don't have a backup if it goes wrong. And so the same strategy that builds wealth for the rich ends up burying the broke. The lesson isn't to avoid debt. The lesson is to understand which side of the line you're on every single time you sign a loan document. So how do you actually start using this, even if you don't have $1 million in real estate? First, pay off your bad debt aggressively. Credit cards with 20+% interest. Buy now, pay later balances. High interest car loans. These are wealth killers. They have to go. You can't play the rich person's game while bleeding money out of your back pocket. Kill the bad debt first. Second, build your credit. Boring, I know, but your credit score is your borrow rate. The higher your score, the cheaper your debt is. The cheaper your debt is, the easier it becomes to use it as a tool instead of a trap. Pay on time. Keep balances low. Don't close old accounts. Treat your credit like a financial weapon you're sharpening for the day you need it. Third, learn before you leverage. Read about real estate. Read about businesses. Read about how other people have used debt successfully and where they failed. The internet has more free information now than the wealthiest investors had access to 20 years ago. Use it. Your first loan against an income-producing asset should not be a guess. It should be a calculated move you've studied. Fourth, start with smaller assets and graduate up. Your first move might not be a rental property. It might be borrowing against your home, only after you understand the math code. Start small, prove it to yourself, then scale. Here's the takeaway. Debt is not the enemy. Stupid debt is the enemy. The rich aren't avoiding debt. They're using it strategically. They've turned it from a weapon that destroys regular people into a tool that builds empires. And that one mental shift, The ability to see debt as a tool is one of the biggest separators between people who build wealth and people who just dream about it. If you walk away from this video and you only remember one thing, remember this. Every loan is either making you money or costing you money. There is no neutral debt. And the wealthy almost always make sure their debt is the kind that's working for them. Let's run it back. Bad debt buys things that lose value. Cars, vacations, gadgets. It pulls you down. Good debt buys things that make money. Real estate, businesses, income-producing assets. It lifts you up. The wealthy borrow at low rates and invest at higher returns. The difference is pure profit on borrowed money forever. They borrow against assets instead of selling them. They keep their portfolio growing, avoid taxes, and live off the loans. They use other people's money to scale, multiplying their returns without multiplying their cash out of pocket. Most regular people copy this wrong. High rates, no safety, no plan. The strategy that builds wealth for the rich buries the broke. The right move is sequence. Kill bad debt first. Build credit. Learn before you leverage. Start small, then scale. If this video opened your eyes to how the wealthy actually use debt, hit that like button. It tells YouTube to put this in front of more people who were taught all debt is the same. If you've ever had a moment where you realized the rules you were taught about money were wrong, drop it in the comments. Tell us what flipped for you. Let's build each other up. And if you want more breakdowns like this, real money, real strategy, zero fluff, subscribe to Xupra Capital. We break down the noise and give you what actually matters. Early knowledge builds future wealth. Stay sharp, stay early. I'll see you in the next one.